The TRX is an amazing tool for mobility and stretching. I just wanted to demonstrate a few ideas I've been working on. So the first thing I want to do is sit on my toes. It's a toe sit, and it's something that I do before I work out, before I go for a run. Please make sure that your TRX is lengthened so that the bottoms of the cradles are about 12 inches off the floor, and you can just slip your hands into the cradles. You're sitting nice and tall, you're facing your TRX, and you can do this barefoot as well. I'm in the middle of doing a million different things, and I just don't feel like taking off my shoes, but it will probably be more effective if I was barefoot. So you're in your toe sit, you're gonna hold for a couple of breaths, and then from here you're gonna roll onto the flat tops of your feet, and you're gonna reach forward, sit back on your heels into a child's pose. And the child's pose in the TRX is a really amazing way to get a little bit deeper into this position and open up your chest and shoulders. You are pressing down, but nothing too traumatic, okay? Just a gentle stretch. And then we're gonna come back up, pressing into the cradles, curling the toes under and coming back into that toe sit. And then we're gonna do this one more time. Reach out, come onto the tops of your feet, and come into child's pose. Okay, press into the cradles. I want you to open up your arms nice and wide. That creates some space for you to step forward. So you're gonna step forward into a kneeling lunge. You're gonna reach those arms forward and bring the hips towards the floor. This is gonna stretch out your hip flexor, your quad, and then we're gonna make it even bigger. We're gonna take the same arm as the leg that's forward. We're gonna swing it around to the back. And actually, before you do that, just take your hand on the handle and swing it around to the back. And then make the straps a little bit uneven, so you're pulling it down so that you can loop that cradle around your back foot. And then you're gonna reach both hands on the strap. You're gonna kind of walk up a little bit, and then we're gonna pull it so that we're kind of hoisting that back foot up a little bit higher, and that is gonna really take that stretch into your quad. But we're doing a mobility and stretching circuit, so we're not gonna stay here too long. We're gonna release now, take some downward pressure into that back cradle so that you can release the foot and bring both arms around to the front. And you can come back onto the handles, one handle in each hand. And then from here, you can curl your back toes under or leave your foot flat, whatever feels more comfortable for you. You're gonna shift the weight backwards and come into a kneeling hamstring stretch, reaching those arms forward, a proud chest, shoulders away from the ears, fingertips forward. You're really pulling those toes up and trying to lengthen that leg as much as possible. So this is a little more unstable than doing it on the floor. So you've got to engage your core a little bit more, and it really wakes up your sense of balance, your neurological system, your brain to adjust and keep equal pressure on those handles. So there's a lot going on, even though this looks pretty simple. Okay, we're gonna shift that weight forward again, and we're gonna curl the toes under, and we're gonna come into a real lunge. Okay, reach forward with those arms. And then we're just gonna open up the hands and reach the fingers away from each other and really lengthen out that back leg, okay? The front knee is over the ankle. All right, bring the hands together again, drop the knee down, and then shift back. We're coming into the toe sit position again. And we're gonna drop the hands down to the cradles. Take a couple breaths here. And then flatten out. We're gonna come back into child's pose just for a little transition before we go to the other side. And come up, and we're gonna open up And we're gonna step the opposite leg forward, so we're on the other side, and we're gonna reach forward. Drop the hips down towards the floor. And then we're gonna climb those hands up to the handles right away so that we can open up and make the handles, the straps uneven, and slip that cradle over the back foot. Arm comes forward, so we're just doing the same thing that we did before. Pull it down, hoist up that back foot, get deep into that quad. And I think that's about the same amount of time that we spent on the other side. You can press down into that back foot and take the cradle off and bring the hands forward. And either on the handles or the cradles, you're gonna drop that back foot and reach your hips back. I think we had the hands on the handles. It really doesn't make that much difference. The cradles will make it a little bit of a deeper stretch, so whatever you're comfortable with. I'm really struggling with balance here for some reason, so I need to be on the handles, and I'm really pulling those toes towards the chest and keeping the shoulders down and back, very important, and a long spine. Awesome. And then we're gonna shift the weight forward, and you're coming into a real lunge position, so curling the toes under behind and lifting that knee off the floor. Knee is over the ankle on the front, and that back leg is super engaged. And then we're just gonna open up, fingers away from each other. So it's just a nice little rotation. And then hands together, drop the knee, bring it back. One more toe sit here, guys. And I'm gonna drop my hands down to the cradles again for the final child's pose. So here we go. Feet flat, reach forward, really sit back. And come on up, that is it. Just a quick little mobility circuit to stretch out the hamstrings, the quads, the hip flexors, the shoulders, the chest. And the only thing we really didn't stretch out too much is the glutes, so I'll just have to work on another mobility circuit for that one, okay? Thanks for joining me today. Until next time, I will see you. Bye.